So I hear you're looking for a new tripod. Well, today I'd like to tell you about K&F Concepts 72-inch transverse column aluminum tripod. First things first, let's talk about the case. This is a nice strong nylon case. There are big fat zippers on here. Nice strap that's detachable. Handle folds over, making it more comfortable to carry. With plenty of room for the tripod to fit in there nicely. Now, one side of the carrying case, you've got tools and instructions. No additional pockets. Now let's get into the tripod. First of all, as you see, this tripod breaks down to a nice small size. Legs fold over the column, okay, allowing it to be a little bit more compact. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up for you. So I'm about 5'10". If this puts the 72-inch size into more perspective with you, all right. So now that we got this all the way extended, let's talk about the transverse column. If you've never used one of these before, they're really handy. The primary reason why I got this tripod is to have it set up in my workshop to record projects I'm doing on my workbench and to do product reviews. And so with this tripod, all you have to do is loosen this thumb screw. Pull all the way up. As you see, there's a stop line right here. Pull all the way up beyond that line, fold it over, and push it back. Now, that stop line right there, I assume, is so that you have, you don't put too much leverage on this. So you want to try to keep that at this level so you've got something on the back here. I haven't really done anything that has required putting a counterweight on here, but I'm sure that if you really needed to, it's possible. I'm not sure that this tripod would necessarily handle something that's so heavy that it would need a counterweight like that, but you definitely have the option. And the rear end of this unscrews pretty easily. If you have any kind of, I don't know, attachments or anything like that you'd want to add. With the transverse column extended like this, it's really easy to put a camera or a cell phone into a position where you can shoot directly downward. You can even follow with this. You know, it's got some nice smooth panning to this. Enough with the transverse feature here. Let's talk about the ball head. It's pretty standard. It's very nice. It's got some graduations here, and it's easy to adjust, okay? So whether you're accustomed to using a ball head or not, it's pretty easy to get used to and allows you for some very quick angle changes there, all right? Spins nice and smooth. Tripod includes a quick release plate that you, if you're not familiar with these, you put these on the bottom of your camera and just keep it there, and that way you can take your camera on and off your tripod very easily that way. More about this column. If you're trying to get super low to shoot something, sometimes that's pretty difficult. A tripod can only go so low to the ground. Well, with this center column, with whatever camera you're using, if you wanted to shoot very close to the ground, with this tripod, all you have to do is completely loosen your collar here, and you want to pull the column completely out. Now there's another collar that's right here, so be careful with that. And you want to unscrew this here on the bottom. Comes completely off of there. Make sure you don't lose that, and definitely make sure you do not lose this part either. You're going to take both of these collars off. Now you take your column, place it right up through the center here. Take your plastic collar, place it around there. This tapers down, by the way. It should be relatively self-explanatory how to put this in, but just to show it to you real quick, this is how it's shaped, and whenever you're putting your column in here, this will always go in this direction, and this will follow that, okay? So what you're gonna do, take this, shove it up from the bottom, put your plastic collar on there, and let it seat itself in here. Put your threaded portion on here, and you're good to go. So you can shoot very low to the ground. Put this all the way down, tighten this up, bring your legs in all the way. And now you have a tripod that can shoot right on the ground. So if you're shooting bugs or you're shooting a somebody playing jacks or marbles or some crazy old school thing that people don't actually do anymore. Whatever the case may be, if you're wanting to get very, very low, this will do it for you, okay? So now that we've gone through those portions of it, let's talk about another little feature that I really like about this particular tripod. And that is, not only is it a transverse column tripod, but it also includes a monopod. So this leg right here that has the padding on there, you just unscrew this guy. Now, it doesn't do very well on its own. You can take this ball head off and screw it directly onto here. The easiest way to do that is for you to make sure you've got it tightened, and then just loosen it lefty-loosey. Grab the center column, grab this, give it a twist, and this will come all the way off of here. But I have a better idea for you, all right? So remember this little piece that we took off of this part of the tripod before we flip the column over? So make sure that's off of there still. We're gonna loosen this collar again, and we're gonna pull that portion off. Is we're gonna take this whole column and we're gonna screw it right onto this monopod here, okay? So that's gonna go on there nice and tight. Okay, so now you have a relatively long monopod that if you were just traveling with it, you can take that apart, nice and small, put it back together, and you have a multi-section monopod. Okay, so we've got these 3 adjustments here. Pull those all the way out. And we have a monopod that is now more than eye level. Okay, again, like I said, I'm about 5'10", so this is going to be pretty much perfect for me. Or if you are super huge, or you need a little bit extra room on there, you even have the transverse portion of the column that you can extend for about another foot, and you can have something nice and tall. You know, you could be a much taller photographer than I am and have a nice long monopod. And if you wanted to go out and you wanted to shoot bugs or something crawling around on the ground and you needed a little bit of stability, you can use this too. So this doesn't have to be all the way extended out. You can extend it back down, and essentially you could squat down here on the ground and watch something crawl by. You know, if you're into that sort of thing. Now, when it comes to putting it back together, don't forget about this part. A lot of people may not know what this is, but what happens when you put this into place is you've got a little spring-loaded hook right here, okay? Remember, if it's a windy day and you need something a little heavier, what you do is you set your tripod up, you pull this little hook down, and you just hook your camera bag on there, okay? So now you've got all the weight that you need, but you don't have a super duper heavy tripod, okay? You're already gonna be, if you're using this out in an area where you're gonna need to be concerned about wind, you probably already have a camera bag or backpack or whatever, so there's no need to have excess weight on your tripod when you can use the weight of your bag to add weight to your tripod just by attaching it to this little spring-loaded hook here on the bottom, okay? So a little additional stability there for you. And now let's show you how to put it away. So again, these legs, when you get them into place, sometimes it's hard to push the tab down on there. So just back it off a little bit, press your tab, flip it all the way up. I suggest trying to keep these things loose. These knobs here for the head loose. That way when you are putting it back together, they can move into the formation that they need to be in order to get packed down easily. All right, so packing that all down. Putting it back into this nice little case. Zipping it up. That's it. K&F Concepts, S211. Check it out.